Yo, 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 y'all. Welcome to the Socially Charged, Debatable and Dope. I'm talking about the Privilege Show. I have one of the illest co-hosts in the game, entertainment game, shit, all games. My homegirl, LaShane. What's up? How you feeling?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm great, blessed on this great day. You know, it's a great start of the week. I really can't complain. It's been a great week. It's been a busy couple weeks. It's been a busy season. By the way, this episode is sponsored by HausHill Entertainment. Download the HausHill Entertainment app, iOS devices, Google Play devices. Get out those iPhones. Go to the App Store. Put in HausHill, H-A-U-S, Entertainment. Sorry, House.
H-I-L-L.
H-A-U-S, H-I-L-L, Entertainment. Download the app. Leave a review. 5-star it. Check out more of our craziness. A lot of great other content from our network partners and media friends and all that great stuff. Yo, 2020 ain't dead.
No.
By a long shot, right?
No.
What has been going on with you? I mean, we got a lot to unravel, a lot to unpack, right? That's why, every episode I find myself like, okay, like kind of hesitant, like what's next? But a lot to unpack. But before we start unpacking and doing all that, what's been going on lately? Like, how have you been feeling like in your life? Like, what's been going on?
I mean, a lot has been going on. I feel like I can't compartmentalize like I used to be able to. So there's definitely some sort of shift going on for me. And so it's been a little hectic, but at the same time, recognizing it's still a blessing.
Yeah.
My issues that I have are blessings.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It makes sense because you're say hi to everyone.
Say hi.
It makes sense because the blessings are lessons. I mean, I'm learning with you saying that, piggybacking off of that, I'm finding blessings in the lessons that I'm going through as well. I mean, everything may look good and copacetic from the outside, but really, on the inside, outside we got things going on.
Yeah.
And so what I will say, it has been a busy season, but something that's been helping me is staying consistent. The consistency of things in that nature. I'm gonna bring this down a bit. The consistency. So what I have been looking forward to, because we have been so, locked in and on this quarantine and all that, is the excitement of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much of the negativity or what the downs are. And, I know that it's real life issues going on, and we'll tap into that later, such as the continual police shootings.
Yeah.
Just a lot of bad things going on in the world. So what I've been looking forward to is little moments to make me smile, to make me remember that we all can get through this together. We are getting through this together. And bizarre posts. One post I saw this week was from CNN, reported that a woman gave birth while she was in the middle of taking the bar exam.
Wow, she went into labor in the middle of the bar exam.
In the middle of the bar exam, yeah.
So did she finish the exam?
That
curious.
part, I didn't stick. I love the bizarre posts and stuff, but that part I didn't stick around for per se. But what I will say, he laughing too. That's funny. What I will say is that the bar is a pretty serious thing. Like I from what I've heard, I haven't personally taken the exam, but I've heard that it's a pretty serious thing, and
you need it.
To
practice law.
So that's a very serious burp. So while there's a lot of hateful, mean things going on in the world, I thought that was kind of funny, a little funny icebreaker for
Hopefully
the heavy stuff.
Baby, you're good.
Yeah. That's funny. I can imagine taking a 1,000 question test, and you pushing out a baby at the same time. Moving on from that, front page news. It's a heavy topic. We're going to unpack some of it, and we're going to leave the rest to the debate talks, which airs every week, which is our official after show for the Privilege Show. Check it out on the HausHill Entertainment app, all other distribution platforms as well. It's called Debate Talks. What's happening is the police are continuously killing our people. The police are continuously being, relieved of their accountability. the police are, it's a lot of things, and it all stems from, I can't really say exactly where it stems from, but I know that it's been going on for a very long time. Racism is real, hate is real. And this show, the Privilege Show specifically, is a show that we wanted to talk about the wins of the culture. Not necessarily Black people specifically, but yeah, Black people. Um, yeah, we don't want to report to y'all bad news all the time. We don't want to tell y'all about celebrity gossip all the time. It's enough of platforms that, can tell y'all and incite y'all on those type of things. So with the latest front page headlines, thanks for joining me. With the latest front page headline, there have been protests over 17-year-old Alvin Cole, which was murdered earlier this year by a police officer in Wasatoma. You know how to pronounce that?
No. I was
no disrespect. No
it.
disrespect. Wauwatosa. Police officer. So it's been reported that no charges have been filed against the Wauwatosa police officer involved in the fatal shooting of 17-year-old Alvin Cole. The police officer's name is Joseph Mensah. The county district attorney, John Chisholm, announced, in this case, there is sufficient evidence that Officer Mensah had an actual subjective belief that deadly force was necessary and that this belief was objectively reasonable. I do not believe that the state could disprove self-defense or defense of others in this case and therefore could not meet the burden required to charge Officer Mensah. So another case of officer getting off. Recently, we just heard about Derek Chauvin, the killer police officer murderer, and the George Floyd.
Of George Floyd, yeah.
George Floyd, and
being relocated for his own safety.
Relocated, and was the bail like 1.4 million, 1.4, something around there?
Over 1 million.
Over 1 million.
He made bail, and they approved him, like not just relocating, but leaving the state.
Wow.
If he was Black, he would have been dead already.
Yeah, he would have been gone. Yeah, he would have been gone. Like it's sad, and we're gonna continue.
Black or brown.
Black or brown, it's sad, and we're gonna continue to fight what's right. We're gonna continue to talk what's right. And when we talk about what's right, I feel like it's important to also speak on how we're handling our protesting. Because that's also been brought up. Like, how are people protesting? People have been shunned about because they haven't been shunned upon because they haven't been out in the streets. They haven't posted pictures on the gram. Out in DC, different things like that. Protesting or showing protesting in that form. So, what can you say about your way of protesting, or what do you feel to that audience of people who have something to say about what others are doing?
I was admittedly someone who had a lot to say about, what people were or weren't, I believe, doing. But, when you take a minute and you feel as strongly about what's going on right now as most of us do, I personally haven't been to a protest, a march. And the reason for that is because I fear for my overall safety. Like, if we're going to pretend like people aren't being hurt by the police out there during a peaceful protest, like, then we're being silly. Like, It's happening and people are dying.
Yeah.
And I have a whole child that you just saw, and he solely relies on me. So, I had to recognize, like, I don't know what other people's reasons are, but it's just important that we're all doing something. So for me, it's divesting my money. And no, I haven't done it completely, but I'm more and more mindful. Before I buy a bottle of Jergens, I went and bought some body butter from Divine Sisters,
Shout out Divine Sisters.
Hey. And so, just those little things that I can replace as I go, like even my feminine products, switch to Honey Pot, like anything that I can think of. My hair products, all Black owned now. Skin products, all Black owned now.
Pause. Is Honey, what is it called?
The Honey Pot Company.
Is that the same as Summer's Eve?
It's not the same as that.
Like
one
that.
Is actually good for you and the other isn't.
Got it.
But if you were a user of Summer's Eve feminine washes, but Honey Pot is more also like tampons and pads and things
Nice.
like
They have a
that. Like,
whole lineup.
yeah, wonderful products. So that's like how, and that's a protest that I can commit to lifelong,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, and I think that with anything that we're doing, it needs to be like change. It can't just be temporary. Um, so, you know, and if you notice, a lot of brands are starting to show up a bit more for our community, and it's because a lot of people are making a stand, and where you spend your dollars matters.
Agreed. Thanks for sharing that. I will say protesting for myself is continuing to create content for the culture, for people to understand our history, for people to understand the future, where we could be, the changes that could be made. I'm blessed to be able to work under the HausHill Entertainment Network, blessed to be able to work with content creators day in and day out who have big dreams, who, you know, are bigger than what the media portrays us as,
Mhm.
you know, where I can see the potential where they can be, you know, to get them out of the small neighborhoods or whatever that may be, you know, where they need the assistance at. So for me, that's one form of protesting. Also, another form of protesting for me is being able to speak my truth a little bit more in a more educated way,
Mhm.
with being able to have conversations like this on the Privilege Show and debate talks and things of that nature, where we're sharing different perspectives.
Mhm.
You know, I think if we would be ignorant, to remain ignorant, to always keep the same belief, you know, and not to think about possibly evolving it in some ways, you know. And I'm saying that if it makes sense,
Right.
if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. But being open to other opportunities and perspectives, you know.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing on that. Yo, shout out Black Wins and another win. Hashtag ANDANOTHAWIN. Win. We talk about wins on this show. It's not about the gossip. It's not about the negativity. We do mention it, so we're not.
You know, but that's a part of life.
Part of life. But for the most part, we love to keep it socially charged, debatable, and dope. Shout out Kelly Rowland on the new baby. Do you know if it's a boy or girl?
I don't.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah, another survivor, right? Another survivor, another.
But congratulations to her.
Congratulations, Kelly Rowland. Another destiny to the legacy, right?
You know.
Yeah. Shout out to the Libras. It's still Libra season. Happy birthday to all of our Libra viewers, our Libra fans, listeners. Happy birthday. I personally know a lot of Libras. Well,
I do too.
A handful of Libras. One of my favorite Libras is my aunt, my great aunt. She just had a 75th birthday. So for one, yeah, happy birthday again. Yo, Libras are great people. I don't have anything negative to say. Happy birthday. I'm gonna get your take on Libras because I know you're burning. I know LaShane is burning to talk about her instance with the Libras. I'm gonna get your take in a sec. Happy birthday. So the Libra reading of the week. Here's some motivation, some optimism, enthusiasm, all of that. So Libra reading for the week. This week, if you feel overwhelmed, don't try to accomplish too much, especially when it comes to the romance or love affairs. In the end, you'll make some profound changes. Just don't push anything for now. So recap, I kind of stumbled over that. This week, if you feel overwhelmed, don't try to accomplish too much, especially when it comes to romance or love affairs. In the end, you'll make some profound changes. Just don't try to push anything for now. Um, Libras, you may experience some new surprises in your love life or connect to a renewed sense of affection and intimacy. Sudden feelings of attraction may arise, or you can meet a surprising person from outside your typical circle or entanglements. So
that sounds spicy.
Yeah, Libra reading for the week. What's your on Libras? What's your take? Like, not take on Libras, but what do you have for the Libras that you can speak on?
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I like that advice. If you're overwhelmed, don't try to do too much. But I think that can apply to anything, not just love or relationships. Like in general, that's the time to probably slow it down a little bit. So,
Yep.
I know a lot of Libras. It's, you know, it's their strive to be balanced or equal that makes me feel like they tend to be fence riders. And that is something that boils my blood as a Scorpio. Like, it's either a in or you're out. Not a, oh, well, see, I can see the,
So to speak on, to define what LaShane is speaking about, LaShane is a Scorpio, birthday this month. Hey.
I'm a Libra Scorpio, which is funny.
Libra
But
Scorpio.
anyway.
So that's, she's speaking of, both. Libras, so what you're saying is Libras can be on the fence, which in my mind reads very indecisive.
Mm-hmm.
Got
they
it.
are. But they think that they're being fair and saying, like, I can see both sides. You can see both sides and still make a decision.
That's good. No, that's good. That's very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. My experience with Libras has been the indecisiveness.
It's like,
but with some Sagittariuses as well as in other signs. Sagittarius, shout out. We coming up. You are the New York. You are. I've experienced procrastination somewhat in Sagittarius as well as other signs.
Yeah.
But Libras, can you take procrastination over indecisiveness?
I'm a big procrastinator. I'm a big procrastinator. So, but it's not that I would take one over the other. Like, saying both words gives me anxiety in my spine right now. Though that's like your shadow side, I feel like, of anyone. So no, I'm not going to choose one over the other. Yeah. But yeah, fence riders boil my blood.
Now, is a fence rider also a dick rider?
I think that there have been times where that is exactly how I saw it. But I think that things can sometimes be a little bit more complicated than that.
Got it. And we'll let y'all chime in on that. Our Libras, all of our zodiac signs, chime in on y'all experience with Libras, with any sign. Let us know what y'all think. Indecisiveness, would you prefer an indecisive person, or
someone who procrastinates?
Someone who procrastinates, or someone who lies?
No lies.
Shit, it's all about.
I'll take procrastinate and indecision. I'll take procrastinate over indecision and lies.
Listen, it's all about to be a part in the boat. You lying, you procrastinating, everything. You about to be dishonest, all of that, all that. Yeah, that's a good topic. The zodiac thing gets deep, and we did decide to do away with the zodiac report because we wanted to be more meaningful, present in the moment, within the calendar year, not necessarily that, but people's birthday, our fans, our listeners, like our viewers, like being considerate of y'all too. Intentional being, would you like to talk a little bit about that? What does it mean to you to be an intentional being? Which is also, shout out her brand, founder of Intentional Being, NTN. TNL.
I basically dropped all the vowels from intentional and then being.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Intentional Being, very great, crafted. I won't say home crafted because you're not necessarily making them at home per se, but very good items. Like, check her out on IG, her website, your website.
Yeah, it's intentionalbeing.com.
Perfect.
And Intentional Being Co. on Etsy.
On Etsy and Instagram, the same thing.
Instagram, all of that.
Same thing.
Stuff. Personal
Instagram, Gora LaShane. Check out the Privilege Show on Instagram as well. Speaking about an intentional being, and we're going to talk more about this on my breakout podcast for entrepreneurs and creatives, about knowing more in depth about your business and who you are as an entrepreneur, a mother, and a creative. But specifically now, what does it mean to you about being intentional and intentional being in the midst of quarantine and COVID and 2020? It's over. It's done.
I think, being someone who's, my lifelong journey is to gain and understand and be a patient person. It's not something that is my strong suit. It's probably my weakest link, is my lack of patience. And so I think when you are someone like that, you struggle with being present very much, because you're always looking for what is not here yet. or focused on what happened in the past, like, but you're never actually present. And so for me, being intentional is being present, like in all things. And it's not something that I've perfected. But it is something that I feel like 2020 has forced me into. And so, 2020 has been my like crash course.
It's been crash course AF, yeah.
In being present, it's, you literally think, do I need to go to the grocery store, right? Like, do I need to, can I wait? Because I don't want to expose myself and my kids to COVID.
It's true.
Do I need to go do this? Is there any way that when I go to LA, when I'm back in LA, I can kind of see everybody that I know is healthy and quarantined at once, and like that be it for the month, So these are things that allow me to be more present with things that I need, my personal needs.
Yeah. That's a great point. Like that's what I've been on too. I agree. And then hopefully y'all are finding something that y'all can take away from this and find y'all peace and then find y'all intentional being in, because this year out of all, we've had enough time, and we have time to really, outside of the media and what's going on in that, we've had time to really get to know ourselves and get in touch with and in tune with our loved ones or old friends or business or whatever that may look like. So intentional being, y'all, we're going to wrap that some more.
We'll wrap that some more.
We definitely will, because it's more than 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just about,
and it's different perspectives.
Yeah, and it's just like everybody, it's just respecting where people are at. I think also like, and just focusing on self. And so we were kind of talking about this offline. And I was just saying, like, I just feel like I'm in a very pivotal moment in my personal spiritual ascension, and so it kind of was in line with the change to remove from the like official zodiac report every week, just because, for example, this Cancer moon is kicking my ass, and I've heard about that
Cancer moon, the emotional Cancer. Emotional Cancer moon, but
and my moon is in Cancer, so it's just sometimes I think it is more beneficial to go through it and deal with your personal healing before you're trying to like teach someone else.
Yeah, agreed.
All the time. So, I'll always be transparent, and we'll still talk about all this stuff. But it was just in line with like what you were saying earlier.
Just gotta, and living in the moment. Like, we don't know what tomorrow is gonna look like. Literally, we thought we knew what 2020 was gonna look like. We didn't. So,
we thought Halloween was gonna be it.
Yeah, and my birthday coming up next month. It's like, hey, just be grateful, be in the moment, be intentional about what you're gonna do. Who you have around, whatever that may look like. You know. New music. We're gonna run this back, and it's not really that much that we like to touch all genres: rock, hip hop, R&B, all that good stuff. This week Trey Songz hit us with a 22. I always mix that up. Trey Songz hit us with a 22 track album.
Okay.
Titled Back Home.
Have you given it a listen?
Honestly, I have, and I will say that Trey lost me at a point when it was like 3 something, Revenge, Pain, or something. Whatever.
Okay.
I was lost there, but that album with Jupiter Love and I Need a Girl, all of that album was a banger. Trey Songz, his features have all been bangers. Like, Trey Songz has been a solid artist to me. He got a life and a baby now, so it's exciting to hear all 22 tracks of Trey Songz' new album. Like, I mean, I think people going back in the day and releasing these 30. I'm waiting for somebody to hit 30. You know what I'm saying? 30 tracks on an album. Because Chris Brown has done it.
Chris Brown has hit something really crazy high.
Listen.
I don't think we give him enough of his roses.
We don't. And we will have an episode about we're going to start our own little verses type of thing.
As an artist, we're not going to talk about people's personal issues. We all have our own demons.
Facts. Now, Trey Songz, Back Home, you going to check it out?
He disappointed me last Halloween.
You haven't listened to Think I Invented Sex, probably.
I have.
Okay.
And he didn't. But I think he's a solid artist, like you said. I just was like, he was one of the headliners for a Halloween
Yeah.
festival that I went to, that we go to every year.
Um,
And he performed like for 15 seconds and then was gone.
I was just gonna interrupt and say sorry. Yeah, that's my thing. I'll listen to Trey's music, but I probably won't pay to see him.
I
You
didn't
know?
really pay to see him. I
Okay,
did
got
pay
it,
to
got
see
it.
T-Pain, who was
Okay,
everything.
Pain. Shout
He
out to
was
Pain.
everything.
Yeah, I was gonna shout out his hits, but yeah, we gonna do that at a different time. But yo, listen, thank y'all for staying tuned in, tapped into the socially charged, debatable, and dope privilege show. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, HausHillEntertainment.com. Download the HausHill Entertainment app. Going into celebrity gossip, a quick mention, but it's worthy of a mention. The Kardashians cashed out on their homeland. So with everything going on in Armenia, they've been here protesting on the freeways and all around.
Right.
The Kardashians, yeah, they've been really going hard. Very, very beautiful. Kim Kardashian donates $1 million towards the cause, the Armenia conflict, and her sisters and family obviously join in. Name this lyric.
Okay.
I can feel it. Name this song. Sorry.
What?
I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Hold on. Yeah.
Phil Collins is like my favorite person of all time.
Phil Collins is almost like a Kenny G of our time, right?
He's everything. I think people don't realize like who he is. A lot of people are like, Phil Collins. And it's like, are you kidding me? That man is everything.
It's real stories behind the music.
Yeah.
So Phil Collins, I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Singer Phil Collins has reportedly sent his ex-wife an eviction notice after her alleged secret wedding in Las Vegas.
I mean, do you blame him? You're not going to have your new boo living on my dime.
No,
he's
agreed.
Also kind of known for petty too, which is also kind of,
Stephen Petty should have been his name. Steve Petty. You know what? To be honest with you, eviction notice I'll be sending out too. You like, right? What? You won't be sleep on my dime, on my, any experience of that. So yeah, you'll be out. Love Phil Collins though. Like he's a great.
Yeah, my favorite to this day is Susu's Studio.
Wow, and I need to check that out because I really, admittedly, only really know the single or maybe one more. But I used to get him and Simply Red mixed up.
Oh, really?
Holding Back the Years.
Yeah, I would never make that mistake.
Got it. One was red, one had red hair, I think, and one was something. Anyway, maybe I'm scrambling it up with the Eurythmics. I don't know. Anyway, Sweet Dreams. That's where Beyonce got the sample from. The Eurythmics. Was that right?
I actually don't know.
We'll get back to y'all.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Actor Lakeith Stansfield that played in Atlanta. Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple things. Great actor. 29-year-old Lakeith Stansfield has been called out on the gram and Twitter for expressing his views on Senator Kamala Harris's lace front wig.
Right.
While many women around the world commented on the semi-displaced cap, I guess it comes out a bit different from a man. These are my own words, by the way. I'm just having to read them to you guys. 29-year-old Lakeith Stansfield went to Instagram with a split screen image of Vice President Mike Pence and Kamala saying her wig was, well, sad.
The disrespect.
He said, I don't like her hair. Other than that, this is better than the last one, but still sad. Shortly after he posted the comment, people began, lashing out at him, going, this is the time you should be empowering Black people. And what are you talking about? Why would you say that right now? Why would you post that? You should use your platform for bigger things, blah, 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 blah. So shortly after he was criticized, he then wrote, where are all you warriors of power when I post things about the things that I believe in and support? You won't pressure me into speaking how you think I should speak. In under a minute, is he wrong for commenting on her cap?
I think, it was unnecessary. But it's nothing new, I think we touched on this last season where it's like there is this responsibility, it seems, of Black celebrities or any celebrity of their community, like, you know, to kind of use their platform for good and be a role model and all of that. And I think that there is something to that. But for me, it's just like if this was a regular election, you know, then we would probably all be laughing and not really think anything of it if we're honest. But I think right now we're just up against so much right now. It's just kind of like now is not the time. It just felt like he didn't check the temperature in the room, nor did he care.
Yeah.
And the room is the world right now, just in case he wasn't sure.
Yeah, you know, and I respect your opinion on that. I mean, I do feel like it's a freedom. The gram, we're free, you know, post different things that we want, you know, but I also think that it's important as entertainers, we're in the industry, you know, we kind of have to respect
one another.
Even, but okay, because you know, you battle, and my God, like he said, you're not gonna pressure me into speaking how you want me to speak. Bad timing, but would I have posted something like that? Absolutely. I didn't think that I paid no attention to her hair at all.
Because we're focused on what's important.
Exactly.
And
so
that I think is kind of also the point.
Got it.
You know, it's like, because I didn't notice it.
I didn't either.
So I'm like, what? What was going on with her?
I was more so focused on the fly on Pence's hair.
I definitely noticed that more than I noticed her hair, but I was focused on the actual debate and trying to hear something from someone because we got nothing out of the previous one.
We didn't.
So I think that was more so the point is like, of all things, you choose to pick on this woman's wig when she's like the only chance we have right now to get up out of Trump.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you feel about her. Yeah. You know.
Just bad time. And love the acting, separating against being able to separate the artist from the action, you know, the accountability factors, and that was just bad timing. You know, for me, will I still watch his movies? Will I still support him? Absolutely. Yes. You know, we're still gonna do what we do. Yes. Personally, yeah. Now, make sure y'all tune into the Debate Talks, which is the official Privilege Show after show, which airs every Thursday. Some of the topics on the debate show, it's a focused group debate show. I couldn't get that out, but they specifically focus on topics that we talk about on the Privilege Show, but they go more into depth. To take us out on today's show, some of the questions, and I'll lead you out with one. We'll take a stab at it. But a couple other questions is for you guys that are listening and viewing the Privilege Show. Thanks again. The debate questions. What do you feel about how white media portrays the Black man? That's a great question. Second one, y'all give us feedback. YouTube, Instagram, download the app HausHill Entertainment on Google Play or iOS. Other question, what are some common themes you see when you see the headlines? I can speak to that real quick. Common themes I see is them consistently portraying the Black man day in, day out, day in, day out. But what we don't see is common thing for me is Derek Chauvin was released on a 1.4 million or such and such $1 million bail. Why? Who? I mean, when they give us little brief details, but it's not every day to where we have a chance to respond appropriately to it. My just one opinion, because it's a whole debate we're going to revel on the after show next. But what would you say? How do you feel about how white media portrays the Black man in today's pop culture or today's society? Not pop culture, society, because we're not entertainment.
I mean, society. It's just as simple as they'll take like the worst like photo, you know. They'll take, you know, if don't mess around and have them have taken a funny photo somewhere that had a fake jail thing behind it, and that's going to be the photo that they use, you know, to like make them look like a criminal. It's just, you know, I think for us, we're just very aware, you know, everybody else is sweet and innocent and a mother of for and all this other stuff where it's like he's a felon of this or that. It's like you're not talking about how that mother of four murdered someone.
Yes, it's
or whatever it is.
It's too many passes and not enough asses. It's too many. Wait, correction. Yeah. It's too many passes and just not enough, kicking ass, taking names. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? And the names being accountable, really held accountable. Like, it's enough is enough. And we're going to unravel this some more. In the meantime, between time, y'all stay safe. stay corona free. Stay all good. Check in on us. This episode is sponsored by HausHill Entertainment. Check out intentionalbeing.com. LaShane, thank you for a great episode. Hoping that this week is a blast for you.
Yeah, you too.
A blast, but blessed, productive. Yeah. A blast could be like, okay, what's gonna blast?
Calm and productive is good for me.
Yeah, because you like a blast. It's like, okay,
this week.
A mix. Anyway, catch us next time. In between time, y'all be safe. Peace. Bye.
It's only entertainment.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Isaac Hayes of The Privilege Show. Make sure y'all check us out every Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on HausHillMedia.com.